Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shedeur.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing it. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now?
In the moment. In
the moment.
Use up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do in this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on.
And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
This one?
This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's something. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that?
Hey, man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Wah. Hey, up early in the morning, dressed in black. What's up, baby? Big day for me, big day for the Wiley household. This weekend, we have 6 games to play, 4 basketball, 2 football, hopefully 2 football. It's playoffs for football, so if we win the semis, we're in the finals. Problem is, the team we're playing in the semis, we played them twice. We're 0-2 against them. Let's just say I came out with the vanilla game plan. Now it's time to go get it. Shout out to all you guys who are with me right now rocking on this morning. Usually we go at 5 a.m. weekdays. I try to be nice to you. You lazy asses. None of y'all want the worm. You don't want to be the early bird. Nah, on the real. It worked out for my schedule as well to push it back a little bit. So love to Devin Bell. Shout out to you, big dog. He says, I did the last tape. Where I go? How far are we acting right here? So it was kind of dope. Love you guys, man. Let's have a great one. And y'all know what today is. Y'all know what this weekend means. It means a lot in sports world. So as I sit in this Studio A, solo creep, and a lot of people say, dog, you don't like nobody. I said, I love people. People just not reliable. I work very hard, and I also don't sleep. So people get a little tired of me real fast. So a lot of the shows, I try to make sure they're on my watch, because if not, people will be like, dog, go to bed. I had that all my life, my teammates included. Well, here's somebody that everybody says should go to bed, Phillip Rivers. And Phillip Rivers is like, nah, let me get off the couch. Let me get out the bed and let me go play some football. Well, the GOAT chimed in on this. We've seen so many different takes. People love that Phillip Rivers is still capable of doing it, at least trying to do it. Some people hating on it, saying it's incompetent and it's irresponsible. Like Ryan Clark said that. All good. Hey, you got your right to your opinion. Well, let's hear what the GOAT got to say about it. And the GOAT says, certainly could still play quarterback, but I can't unretire. What does that mean? He says, I'm very excited to watch Phillip play. So he's capable, but he ain't able. Interesting. Let's break down the difference. Okay, so y'all know I like the speed read. If I don't see quotes, I usually don't stop. He says, who retires and then unretires and then is ultimately going to retire again? Who does that? That's ridiculous for Phillip to do that. He joked, see, context, about the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, okay? And he's talking about how he played in Tampa in 2022 after he unretired. 40 days after he retired. Remember, it was like in Miami in the beach or something, and he did that poem, I don't know what the hell, and he retired. Then 40 days later, he unretired. But the problem is, it was all in the off season, so nobody really gave a damn. It was like, man, you just going through a boring time during the off season. Nobody want to hear that. So this is a whole different animal. He's like, look, they asked him the question, could he play? Yes, I certainly could. Brady was talking to Colin Cowherd and asked if he could lead the team if he knew the new system. Yes. I think the answer for me would be yes. I already answered that, Brady. I'm not allowed to anymore because I'm a minority owner of the Raiders, so I can't unretire. Are you trying to tell me if he didn't take that job and position as a minority owner with the Raiders, he still would try? He still would be out there? Maybe. He's like, look, I'm very excited to watch Phillip play. If he's out there, it's just very cool. It speaks to how much he loves the game and really what he's able to do still. This game is about for the quarterback from the neck up. We talk a lot about this on the show. That's why when we break down all the quarterbacks we always talk about it from the NFL experience. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not dumbing this down for y'all. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it may be over your head. Sometimes it may be under your feet. I don't know how smart you are. I don't think I know all things football, but I know a lot. Point being, when you play quarterback, it starts up here. And then if you can round that out with them legs, unstoppable. But if you leading with your legs, stoppable. I'm just telling you straight up, right? If you got to pick brain over body, brain. Dog, the ball is the fastest thing on the field. I don't give a damn about how fast you running. I don't give a damn how elusive you are, how much time you buying in the pocket. You get rid of that ball, you ain't got to worry about an O-line. You get rid of that ball and get it to the right receiver or running back, you ain't got to worry about how fast you can run. He got it. So the ball is the fastest thing on the field, and the second fastest thing shouldn't be you, quarterback. It should be one of them receivers or running backs. So he said the game is about for the quarterback neck up. We used to have a saying at Michigan. Please help me with this saying, y'all. I don't understand it. I've read it 10 times. Here's 11. I don't get it. The mental is to the physical as 4 is to 1 at the quarterback position. Huh? So I'm not the GOAT. I don't get it. Beat it up in comments. Let me know what y'all talking about. That doesn't really go away. Do you still have the physical ability to still do it? Take the hits, make the throws, the drops, buy a little time in the pocket. If Phillip has been practicing those things, then we're all going to see it on full display in Seattle on Sunday afternoon. You know what's crazy? Technically, Brady is unretiring in one sense. He'll be playing in the Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Saudi Arabia next March. Y'all heard about that? Yeah, he got like $70 million to play. Jesus. Boy, I love when people get into them politics. They be having them politics. Oh, no. I'm Democrat. No. I'm Republican. No. I don't mess with Saudi money. No. I don't like the Middle East. 70 million. Oh, what'd you say? I'm an independent. Get your money. Oh, man, I love it too much. Shout out to Tom Brady for eating. Tom Brady is making way more money not playing football than he did playing football. He, like, literally used football. He, like, tricked football. He's like, oh, hey, come here. Come here, girl. All right, let's hang out for like 20-some years, right? We're going to do this. And then soon as the kids leave, I'm leaving your ass. And I'm taking everything you got. You're going to think I'm the man. And then after that, I'm going to be even bigger and better with a badder girl. It's called Fox. You see that Fox over there? Yeah, I'm with her. And Saudi. You see Saudi? Fox and Saudi. I got a harem. Brady winning. Oh, my God. It's insane. Oh, my God. Anyway. What do you think? Beat it up in the comments. Tell me what you think about Phillip Rivers unretiring and coming back. I think he's going to be fine. Look, I'm not looking for Hall of Fame peak Phillip Rivers, shot put champ. I'm not looking for that. I'm just look, he going to be better than the worst quarterback you see this weekend. I guarantee you, let me say this. I think there will be at least, how many quarterbacks playing? I think there will be at least 10 quarterbacks. Look, his quarterback rating will be above the bottom 10. So 32 quarterbacks playing. Phillip Rivers will have a QB rating in the teens. He will be better than 12 quarterbacks. I said it. Give it to me. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, y'all in this chat is, I want everyone to vote for the chat. The poll, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, who was the GOAT? Jordan got 69%, LeBron got 24%, Kobe got 7%. Look, I give you this. That's in the order that I wrote it because that's in the order that most people conventionally say who's the GOAT. Jordan, then LeBron, then Kobe. But there's a huge gap in both of those between Jordan and LeBron and Kobe. So we got to see because I believe that LeBron's the GOAT. Y'all know that. Don't beat me up. I'm not stupid because you're not stupid for thinking Jordan. Okay, we're not going to play that. Wrong show. But Kobe entered the conversation, and I'm like, all right, where's Kobe ranked? Right now, he's third. Let's see if y'all could change that. Beat it up. All right. So we're going to watch Phillip Rivers go get it. Seattle is the game. Oh, my God. That's going to be interesting. We'll see how he balls out because let's just say this ain't the couch no more. All right? This ain't the couch. Now, y'all may be on your couch and paying attention to this. Oh, my God. Who's watching the Heisman today? 7 p.m. Eastern, right? Correct? And that's 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so we all know the Heisman. I'm a nerd, so I look at the Heisman like this. I'm in the poly markets. I'm like, who's going to win the Heisman? Fernando Mendoza. 98%. Woo, wait, why are we even having it? I wouldn't dress up if I'm Diego Pavia. I'm sorry if I'm disrespecting your name. I've heard it once. Then Julian Saying, the quarterback of Ohio State. Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame. Why y'all going? Why y'all leaving the room? This is cold-blooded. Boy, I love sports. I love sports. I love sports. So tell me, beat it up in the comments who you think is going to actually win the Heisman. Look, not only is it Mendoza by play, he's in the conversation, he qualifies. Look, he hasn't had the best. There are a lot of conversations that he ain't had the best quarterback season, but at the same time, he got the story. So let's just talk about the story real quick. Look how I'm flowing with this. I need no producer. I'm the producer. I'm a DJ. Actually, DJing and playing football helps me do this. It actually really supports this because I know how to move a bunch of things at one time. I know how to make things happen, Captain, without like getting flustered. I could just keep it going. Like spin this song, listen to this song, multitask. It ain't that hard. So these four warriors, each one of you flat out deserves to win tomorrow night. This is going to be heartfelt. Let's read this. From Pop Warner to the Heisman stage, you turn long odds into legendary seasons. This is from EJ's Adventures. Whoever you are, EJ, thank you for the write-up. I'll be digging through these Twitter streets and I'll be digging through the internet. So Fernando Mendoza, you carried Indiana to heights nobody predicted. Hoosiers, this is your moment. Diego, say his last name for me, Master P. You made Vanderbilt football appointment viewing and shocked the SEC, pure magic. I actually watched Vanderbilt play this year, which I've never done before. So shout out to him. This is accurate. This is actually correct. Julian Saying, I remember the first game against Texas. That was sick. You stepped into the biggest spotlight in America and owned it as a Buckeye. And Jeremiah Love, you ran with heart and power and gave Notre Dame everything. Irish eyes are smiling because of you. All right, and then the rest, he started going into some other stuff, okay? He talking about parents and stuff. I'm a parent, I could talk. Okay, so good. last part about this is I want to just give some shine to you guys. Have itty bitties, you got boys and girls, and you want them to one day obviously go to college and play football or play basketball or play some sport. Ain't a parent alive ever wants their kid to go to college and not play a sport. It's just when you look at your kid, you realize quickly, oh, he ain't playing shit. He's sorry. And don't be mad at him because it's your fault because you ain't give him enough. But the point is, everybody wants their kids to be smart as hell. Everybody wants their kids to be athletic as hell, good looking as hell, rich as hell. Like, come on, we all rooting for the same thing. Don't get caught up because it ain't happening. I don't like that. You ever be with somebody and you ride around the neighborhood and they be like, look at that house. That's sick. That's fresh. Oh, that house ain't all that. They doing too much. No, we doing too little. We doing too much. So let's get into that. All right, here are the schools that have done too much, or done a lot at least. Schools with the most Heisman winners. I wonder if y'all knew that. USC, number 1 with 8. Number 2 is Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Oklahoma with 7. Ooh, so Notre Dame technically could catch them today. Ohio State could catch them today. Oklahoma, you stuck. You ain't got nobody representing. All right, 4 at Alabama. 3 at, I don't even know these damn symbols. What the hell is that? Is that a Spartan? I don't know what that is. Beat up in the comments. What's that? I know the rest of these, but I'm not going to bore y'all. We all know these. Navy, 2? What the hell? Oh, this 1927 somebody won? What the hell? That's Yale. Y'all represent. Where the killers at? Ivy League. You know that Yale has the most national champions of all college football programs? Because you know that. Y'all know that football started in the Ivy League. Put some respect on us. What Dr. Dre say? Hello. We started this gangster shit. And it's the motherfucker thanks we get. Hello. I started in the motherfucker Ivy. I wish a punk ass would try me. Come on, man. Every time somebody be talking that, I'll be walking with my boys. You know, they all went to Alabama, Texas, and all that. I'll be like, shut up, fool. We started football. You lucky you got money. Without us, it wouldn't be no football, baby. And let's finish this Heisman stuff off with the man who will win it. We ain't even got to play games with it. His name is Fernando Mendoza.
What would it mean to you to be able to win this award for Hoosier Nation, knowing how much they supported you this year?
It would mean the world because this would be the first time the trophy would be in Bloomington. I believe that, if I were to win the award, I would want to keep the trophy in Bloomington because it belongs there. That's what I think as far as everything that Hoosier Nation has done for me. Even if I had the honor and blessing to end up winning it, I think it means so much for the fan base who stuck through the thick and thin to now the Signetti era, and really just to have it there for my teammates, the Hoosier community, and all the alumni.
What would it mean to you?
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Well, now that confirmed it for me. Fernando, let me talk to you. I know you went to media training. It is just leaking out of your pores. I think you went too much. I think you went too many times. I think you got too much credit. Extra credit beyond. Stop. Calm down, dog. This is when keeping it right goes wrong. Every time I hear him talk, I'll be like, pull the string. I thought Russell Wilson was a thing. This is next level. He don't ever say what he really mean. He like, I just think this is the biggest blessing that ever. And he's a nice kid, I can tell. And I love it. I'm just telling him, don't do this. Do this. You ain't got, I got it. Every cliche. We can't have 19 cliches with 18 words. You only said 18 words. You got 19 cliches. Somebody got him shook. He don't want to mess up none of his money. You know what it sound like? Sound like he wasn't that good at first. Wherever he went, JUCO, high school, somewhere he wasn't that good. And he learned to talk it before he could walk it. These are all jokes for real, because I love kids like that. I'd rather you skew on the side of being corny and like just perfect sounding than the opposite, which could be this. Here, y'all ready for this interview? Instead of this one, you get this one. Oh man, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good. It's mine. What? So I like him more than that other version, but come on, Moni in the middle. Where you at in the middle? Man, it's okay. Just speak from your chest. God dang, you went to the Russell Wilson School of Media. Every time. Good. He's a good kid. You can smell it. Okay. Oh, my God. If he wins, oh, God, please send me the clip of him winning when he wins. I can't wait to hear this. You win the Heisman? You've been talking like that and you ain't won the Heisman yet? Oh, my God. He about to – Nissan, y'all better look out. He about to come with it. Okay, here we go. Beat up in the comments. Yeah, y'all agree with me. XB Mamba, like it always sounds like he reading a teleprompter. Hell yeah. I mean, not just a teleprompter, the Russell Wilson teleprompter. Oh my God. I remember I met Russell Wilson. I think he was a rookie, second year. Rookie. Yeah. We were at one of them ESPN events at SB something. And I remember telling him, I said, hey man, I said, why you don't just say what you really mean and feel? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, never mind. It's too early. It's too early. I was like, you sound like a robot. Oh man, it's so funny. Okay. Well, I could tell you somebody who's not playing like a robot. He's playing very well of late. I mean, it's all of late, but it's really good up. And some people there's three factions. There's the people who've been rooting for Shedeur Sanders and were blind to his issues. That's one of y'all. Figure it out where you are. There was the group that was like, he ain't that good. That's his coach's son. He ain't never been coached for real. Jason Whitlock. He ain't that, right? And sucks. I don't think he gonna be anything, right? It's that side. Bell curve, as always. And then in the middle, there were people like, well, when he's good, he's good. When he's not, he's not. And I'm gonna say it. So it looks like a wishy-washy because he's been up and down. Well, here's the middle. Here's the median. Here's Colin Cowherd talking about all these teams looking at Shedeur Sanders now and like, oops.
So I got into this discussion last night. We were talking about Shedeur Sanders, and he's a fan of Shedeur Sanders. And I said, I could never understand how I missed that badly on a quarterback. I said I thought he was like a mid to late first round guy, maybe top of the second, and he dropped to the fifth round. But I was thinking about this. He's looked pretty good. I mean, Greg Cosell this week came on and said, yeah, it's early, but those are big time throws. So let's just say Shedeur Sanders does become a franchise quarterback. And through 3 starts with the weakest receiving room in the NFL, 32nd. Worst receiving room in the NFL, PFF, 32nd. Third worst offensive line, PFF. He's got nothing to work with. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, 94 passer rating. Should also be noted that Shedeur Sanders did not get any work with the ones before he started, right? It was Dylan Gabriel getting all of it because Dylan Gabriel was a rookie. So he's got the 3rd worst O-line in the league, the worst wide receiving room in the league, did not work with number ones, and yet 8 of the top 12 teams drafting currently in the NFL, at the top of the draft board, are desperate for a quarterback. And people thought Shedeur, NFL GM said, hey, he's a little immature. I agree. He's not serious enough for my taste. So I think the NFL wanted to send sort of a message. Straighten up, young man. I'll say it again. 5th round. Every team in this league passed on him at least 4 times. Do you realize with the worst receiving core in the league and the 3rd worst offensive line, since becoming a starter, Shedeur is the best rookie quarterback in the league. Total yards, total touchdowns, big plays, passing yards and attempts. He's the best rookie quarterback since he got the start. Again, not much around it. So some of these NFL teams, I think, said, we're just going to send a message. He thinks he's a celebrity. I kept saying he's the most accurate college quarterback in the sport's history. He moves pretty well. He's a big play guy. And I don't know if he's going to be a franchise quarterback. I don't know. But I know what I'm watching, and I know what he has to work with. Now, I like Stefanski a lot. But it is interesting. Anytime, go look at the draft order right now. 8 of the 12 teams at the top could use a quarterback. And everybody passed on him. And it's not like they passed on him. Like, you can say, well, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was reckless and small. He was not viewed by a single GM I talked to as a top 4-round quarterback. Some liked him late 5th, 6th. There's a reason he dropped. And if he didn't have Shanahan and Kittle and McCaffrey, my guess is we wouldn't be talking about Brock Purdy every Sunday or every other Sunday. Shedeur's got nothing to work with. Shanahan is viewed as a higher grade coach than Stefanski. I like both a lot. But it is pretty fascinating in a league desperate for a certain position. 8 teams minimum need one, if not this year, in 2 years. And he dropped to the 5th round as the most accurate college quarterback ever, not playing with a lot of NFL guys in college.
Blah, blah, blah. Boy, did he drop some jewels right here. So we going to unpack that a little bit. Because the one thing I learned and love about doing media is this. That the fact that when you're talking, like right now, present day, right now, it's 6:55 right here on the West Sea of Philea, Neil, and wherever you are, right now, if we had an argument, a debate, a conversation, we had to talk about Shedeur Sanders, I would not unpack all of the intel I have in this conversation. I would have to synthesize it. I would have to put it in proper sequence. And hopefully to win the argument, I would have to prioritize the things that matter most. But that's the whole beauty of human communication. You got to be sophisticated. So when you talk about Shedeur Sanders, what we always miss is the other part. So this was amazing because he brought the objective analysis. He's like, shut all that talk up. Look at these numbers. Stop playing with me, Shedeur. If I could be Shedeur. What? One. Okay. Of all the rookies since he became a starter. Why is that important? Because now we could cut through all the talk of Marcellus said this and that made sense, but he didn't say this. And every time you have a question or you got something to say about him critical, somebody always going to retort. Somebody always going to come back, what about this? What about this? What about this? And you can do that all day long, even in Colin's analysis. 8 of the 12 teams at the top need a quarterback and they passed on him 4 times. Yeah, but also his dad told some teams, don't even think about it. That's an honest retort. He said, don't even think about it. Some of the interviews, supposedly, he didn't even take or didn't even care about. Tricked it off. Thought he was top 10, so whatever. You know how it goes. Everyone has that interview IQ. Everyone has that interview intellect, right? And this is what's crazy, and this really affects people who are underserved more than anybody. And underserved to me is all colors. Please do not make black a synonym for underserved. I know too many rich, wealthy black people. Matter of fact, yesterday I was driving home. I'm not lying. I was in Bel Air. Me and my son were looking like, damn. Like in Bel Air, it's like really the Fresh Prince. It's like their trees are like 30 feet high. They're shrubbery, 30 feet high. You can't even see the house barely. You're like, golly. My son was like, dang, Daddy, that's a big old bush. I was like, I know. But one of them we drove by, it was this black lady just sitting there laughing and giggling with somebody in the driveway. Point being, I just had to go on that tangent. Here we go. So, interview. This really hurts underserved people. I ain't gonna change it up. I ain't gonna be extra polite. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna switch it up. Nobody said change who you are as a person. They meant to be pleasant. When someone first meets you, it's okay, standard issue to say, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Still look them in the eye. But today, people are challenging that. Kids are like this. Kids are going up to coaches like this. First time they meet their coach, hey, you about to play for the little Left Coast Legends. How you doing? Hey, that's Coach Bus over there. Oh, what's up, man? What? What are you doing? So Shedeur had a little sauce. He had a little extra sauce. We know it. We ain't stupid. But then, why did those teams pass on him? Let's keep this simple. Because you got a guy who now has the worst receivers in the league. Jerry Jeudy, won't you just sit down when the defense is out there? Just sit down. Put that damn iPad, that tablet in your face and shut it. Why? If I'm your teammate, I'm like, shut it. This is how we talk in football. This ain't disrespectful. It sounds disrespectful in the media because, you know, the media, most of them cats didn't play. So you're like, you tell them to shut it, yo sorry ass. But me, if you my teammate and we in the last place of a group and you barking, that's what happened to CP3. I don't care who you are, where we are. We losing and you barking? No. We don't bark. We bite now. It's time to bite. Stop barking. That's the problem. That's why we last. We barking. Bite. So, Jerry Jeudy, sit down. Shedeur is no. I'm going to show you again. God dang it. First. Okay? Y'all see it. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Worst receivers, third worst line. Even though one game he had the most time, but that could be misleading because you get most time, sometimes run around in circles. Sometimes you get the most time because they really protected. So you got to look deeper into the analysis and just say, he had 3.5 seconds to throw. Yeah, but he was running for his life. He was running backwards. And you know how Shedeur can get into that Madden 95 mode where he's just going backwards? Oh, my God, dog. All right, so the teams passed on him 4 times at least. And then he gets to the point where, why did that happen? Let's simply answer that. The simplest answer I have for you is this. One, he wasn't rated where you thought he was, where he thought he was. And it happens all the time. I was rated as high as 15. I remember Mel Kiper said it. Bushbaum, if you guys know who Bushbaum is, he writes these books about college draft prospects. He broke me down to a science. I was like, he the first one that told me publicly stuff that I knew privately. I was like, he know about my hips? He was breaking me down. I was high as 15. I was as low as undrafted because I went to Columbia. So I started off undrafted. I went high as 15. Imagine you see your name 15th overall pick. New York Times running articles about it. I'm like, I'm going top 15? 15th. I'm going 15? And then something in my body and my mind said, shut up, fool. Shut up. Don't you dare think you're going 15 because you ain't. And I knew I wasn't, but it felt good to think I was. But I ain't had that attention like Shedeur. I had CNN, New York Times, all these people with me, draft day, but it wasn't Shedeur. So imagine that happened to Shedeur, he see his name right there. I saw 15, Shedeur might have saw number 2. Legendary. Build out the damn man cave. Let's go. I'm trying to tell y'all this how it really goes. They are like, your agent like, yeah, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that. And his agent is his daddy. Oh, God. So you telling me your daddy probably trying to play daddy and agent, trying to protect you and keep it real, which we know ain't the same. Oh, God. So he hearing everything probably. But the point is, he was not sold and told he was going 1, 2, like that. Some said it, some did not. Did you listen to the ones who said you didn't? Okay, so now you're like a first rounder still. Quarterback is different, y'all. Y'all know it's a different position. That's why they get paid the most. That's why they get the most criticism and the most praise. It's different. It's just different. They don't get touched in practice. It's different, okay? In practice, this is how your fingers turn out when you play in practice if you're not a quarterback. See all that crookedness? Quarterbacks, they look fine. Their hair is fine, pristine. They have a different whole setup, different set of characteristics, everything. When you're not a first rounder at quarterback or a high second rounder at quarterback, you now will fall off a cliff in terms of evaluation and what we think we're going to do with you going forward. Okay? So after that first round and the second early, remember Lamar Jackson? This was what was so big about Lamar Jackson's year. Oh, is he going to go first? If he don't go first, who was Lamar Jackson? He won the Heisman, then he came back the next year and was even better. Ravens saves the day. Last pick of the round, right? Something like that. Football team senior year. It was another kid, Rory Wilfork, one of my best friends. He was better than me. He didn't look the part like me. I'm 6'4", 270, muscles everywhere, running fast as hell. They drafting that. He was 6'1". They knew he had fake weight. He 220, 240. They like, he could ball, but we can find that anywhere. It's like in the NBA. You got to be 6'3" to even be mostly, right? Well, you need a 3-and-D guy. He got to be 6'6". Like, they ain't even tripping. It's a 6-foot guy that can do it, but move, Bronny James. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, your daddy got you? Okay. When he gone, you gone. You know how it goes. It's just being real, y'all. Anyway, so you get drafted. First round, gone. Second round, please. Oh, that's gone. Now they don't look at you as a starter. Whatever their situation is, they thinking of other people. I don't care what it is, and they could be wrong, and they are wrong a lot, but they are thinking that. So you come in the 5th round, 5th, 6th, and 7th round are rounds that are almost and sometimes worse than going undrafted. You'd rather go undrafted than go 5th, 6th, 7th. I tell you why. The money ain't that crazy where it's like, I get that dough. But you know what is crazy? You at the bottom of the depth chart in somewhere that they didn't really think about you. You're an afterthought. Whereas if you undrafted, you don't get the money, but you get to go exactly where you think you can go and succeed. So imagine if Shedeur wasn't in Cleveland. Because when you get to Cleveland, you got Deshaun Watson, who is the most fully guaranteed quarterback in contract history. You got Joe Flacco. You had Kenny Pickens, who they traded for. I'm telling y'all, straight up, lie detector test. Shedeur, you want to go there? Hell no. 1 is Cleveland, but 2, if Deshaun plays good, you ain't beating him out ever. If Flacco plays good, you only going to beat him out after a year, after they get all they can out of his old ass. If it's Kenny Pickett, you got a shot, but that's an uphill battle still. And they drafted in the 3rd round before you. Hell no. He ain't going there. So undrafted, he would have been in a better position. What team? I don't know. New Orleans for a minute there? I don't know. You know? He might have went to Tennessee and beat out Cam Ward. Cam, boy. That's the tough part about going number 1 overall. Watch what you wish for. You go somewhere, it's suspect, right? Take all your good football away from you. Peyton Manning as well. It happens. So, Shedeur is now in that position. He's stuck in a room where it's 4 dudes slotted ahead of him no matter what. I'm not talking about better. Shut up. I said slotted. You ever been somewhere somebody got you beat by title, got you beat by accolade and all that? You're like, I'm better than this fool. That's Shedeur Sanders today. Where Flacco? Gone. Where Deshaun? Hurt, kind of hurt, not hurt. We trying to play around. We trying to figure this out. All that sabotage and conspiracy and collusion against Shedeur now sounds like they trying to do that with Deshaun. Oh, Deshaun over there trying to tweet out, I'm fine. They like, no, you not. No, you not. No, you not. Right? I've seen it 1,000 times. It's just funny that when it's somebody that everyone likes or everyone hates, like Shedeur, you can't talk sense to people. People just like, whoa. Like, man, now he in a good situation. He in a great situation. But why did they do this to him? Simple. He was there in terms of being a starter to them. And that's okay, because they have still supported people who were there. But then when they caught wind of the confidence or the cockiness, they caught wind of, oh, he acting like daddy. And daddy can do that, but son can't. And don't act like y'all ain't never met somebody who, oh my God, I know so many kids that they act like they daddies, because I know a lot of these daddies are ballers. And I'm like, you ain't him. You ever go to a barbecue and you like your boy invite you, I go over there or whatever. We talk about Chris Paul, what's up? And then you see his son a baller. Son balls at Campbell Hall. And he just giving you work. And you're like, man, you ain't CP3. Then he shoot your lights out. You're like, yeah, you are, right? But I see more of the opposite. Kids that ain't good. And they talking about they like they daddy. I'm like, no, you not. No, you not. No, you not, boy. So they caught all that. And then he wasn't going to beat out Cam Ward. Let's just be honest, right? Cam Ward beat him in the combine, tangible, pro day world. He beat him. They worked out together and he lost that battle. It is what it is. Damn it, he a competitor. He gets it. And Jackson Dart, y'all thought it was a stupid move when they drafted him number 2? How stupid does it look now? Jackson Dart is a dude. Now, y'all can talk about cocky and all that. Here's the difference, and it's not racial. When Jackson Dart was going through the process, he wasn't doing all whatever the hell he be doing. You see that interview he did with Brian Daboll? They actually aired that one. They need to air the Shedeur one because everybody was talking bad about Shedeur. I was like, let me hear it then. Oh, you ain't got no tape now? You ain't got no body cam? Oh, shut up. But you saw the body cam with Jackson Dart, didn't you? Jackson Dart. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll call you later, sir. Picking it up. He had dinner with his family. Yes, sir. You think Shedeur was doing that? Hell no. And I hate to tell y'all, but the NFL is militaristic. For real. Militaristic, for real. They curse you out as soon as they say hello. Like in the military. You got to be there 8 o'clock sharp. Walk into an NFL meeting at 8:01 and see what happened to your ass. Ask Tom Coughlin about that. I mean, it's like you didn't make your bed in the military. It's real. You better miss curfew and see what happened to you. So when you don't walk in, you know how it go. I'm the guy that when the drill sergeant walks in, I'm like, yes, sir. And everybody call me corny or, man, you kissing his ass. I'm like, oh, I want to be like you. So when he comes in and you do this, you go like this. Yeah, what's up? Okay. He trying to promote. He ain't looking at you first. And you might be a better soldier than me. You out there a marksman. You out there killing it. But you doing this. Yeah, what's up? Whatever. Hold on to it as long as you can. The only thing that's going to save you when you got that type of attitude, the only thing that's going to help you in altitude is you better go get it. Aptitude. You better be a baller. And thank God right now for Shedeur Sanders, he is a baller. Because I've seen attitudes ruin cats. And I've also seen balling, just pure skill, make them forget and look away from everything. When I say everything, I had teammates that missed curfew. Everybody knew it. Got into fights while they missed curfew. Everybody knew it. Got into fights, got arrested. Everybody knew it. Got into fights, got arrested, got beat up, lost the fight. Drunk the next day for game day. But he was such a baller, he was playing. Meanwhile, you leave some trash in one of the meeting rooms and coach want to cut you if you ain't balling. That's how the game goes. Simple as that. Simple as that. So let's beat it up in the comments, see what y'all talking about. I see a lot of comments in here and some super chats. King Juju, what you talking about? They were just jealous of Shedeur's upbringing and obsessed with the rags, the richest storyline, brash, immature, cocky, arrogant, etc. Jealous of what? What do you mean jealous? I'm trying to build a football team. I don't give a fuck if you rich. Like, okay, dog, you know how many rich kids they get? Peyton Manning wasn't broke. I want him number 1 overall. Well, he acts the way. It's not about your attitude unless your game. It starts with your game. You keep leading with his attitude. Lead with his game. If his game was off the charts, do that. You know why I know it works? Because your daddy did it, and we ain't tripping. Well, y'all stop trying to make it a different set of rules. His game didn't add up to his attitude. Whatever that is. Dog, I went to Columbia. I was undrafted by the first game of my senior year. I remember seeing the draft prospects. I was not on the top 7 rounds. I was not. Y'all can say I was kissing ass or whatever. Put it this way, whenever the coaches came to practice, hey, how you doing, Coach Marcellus? Nice meeting you. You know? Now, we didn't even speak to him at practice. I saw him there. But if he would have said, nice meeting you, Mr. Bill Belichick. You over there kissing his ass. You damn right. Because it's shitty right here. I'm about to say hello. You think I ain't looking that man in his eyes and saying pleasantries? You a sellout. Yep. And I ain't buying into your bullshit. Sell out? No, buy in. Bullshit you selling. Yeah, what's up? I walk up to Bill Belichick like, what's up? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm just doing me, dog. It ain't that. No, they did. Now, if I had 7 sacks every game, oh yeah, I would have been like Bill Belichick would be like, hey Marcellus, how you doing? I'm like, what? Like C.J. Stroud did to his owner. What? Leave him hanging. Like what? You can do that. Fine girls get away with everything. That's what being a pro athlete, a baller is. The top of the pecking order is a beautiful woman. You seen a beautiful woman before? Wow. Hey, how you doing? What do you want? Oh, I was just trying. That proves my point. You still talking to her after she look at you like this? What do you want? I'll leave you with this T.O. story and then we get out of here. I've told the story before. It's perfect timing. I'm hanging out New Year's Eve with T.O. Somewhere in L.A. We going out. I had a girlfriend at the time. Stupid. So like, obviously she ain't my girlfriend now. So stupid. I could have won that night, but I'm all faithful and all happy and dancing with her. Anyway, so I'm on the wall with T.O. and a bunch of other cats. We chilling. Everybody giving us love. I'm like, I'm faithful. Good move. I was like, damn. We weren't even on the rocks yet, so I wasn't even thinking about getting out of that relationship. Damn it. Bad timing. Anyway, we chilling. This girl come up to T.O. What? Now, she's standing kind of in the middle of us, so I'm thinking, like, I'm still cute, though. I'm still cute. Nah, she want T.O. T.O. a star. Like, I'm in the league, and some people know me. Dudes knew me. Girls was like, oh, he kind of all right. He got muscles and stuff. T.O. was T.O. Everybody knew him. Anyway, girl come up to him and say, hey, T.O., you want to dance? See, we old like that. She wanted to dance. She was like, T.O., you want to dance? I am T.O. now. This is what T.O. did. Looked at her. I mean, this is in super slow-mo. Looked at her, turned back around and went like this. I literally lost it on the wall. I went like, oh, God. The wall had to hold me up. I was like, oh, God. When you you get away with it. When you the shit, you can get away with it. When you ain't, you can't. And it rhymes for a reason. When you the shit, you get away with it. When you can't, you ain't. Ask CP3. Just real spit. All right, beat up in the comments what y'all talking about. Damn, that's cold. I mean, it's cold, but it's fair. You know how many times women have been like this? Guys be like, hey, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Oh, we're going to do a topic on that. Speaking of that, I'm going to do a topic today. Stick with me. And the girl's like this. She with her own girl's like, oh, look at him trying to holler. Move. Okay, what goes around comes around. All right, so y'all can say that's mean. Y'all can say that's hate. But here's a conversation that is circulating because a lot of people are playing with Kobe Bryant's legacy. And I just want to show you some of the bias, some of the meanness, some of the hate that was going Kobe Bryant's way. See, I was there for Kobe Bryant's career largely because I worked at ESPN LA. And there we had to cover the Lakers. Also, Kobe Bryant, when first drafted to Los Angeles, guess who lives in Los Angeles? Me. He got drafted a year before me, but I remember meeting him at Cedric Ceballos'. Y'all remember him? Baller. He used to throw the biggest parties in LA. And I met Kobe there. When he first got to LA, superstar, high schooler. He was like, cool. We chopped it up, kicked it at that party, and immediately he was like, dog, you won't be seeing me no more here. I was like, really? He was like, nah, this ain't it. And he went a different path, the Orange County path and all that stuff. But here's what they used to do to Kobe. Listen to this. This is crazy. Scoop Jackson. Y'all remember Scoop? Scoop lover, my brother. Scrap lover, my other. Speaks on the blatant hate that was going on for years from a good chunk of the media to Kobe. Peep this. Truth is, Kobe Bryant might never win the MVP of the league. He is hated too much, hated by those who cast votes. Writers won't honor Kobe like that. As one writer said to me when the subject was brought up in conversation, for an election year, Kobe's electability quotient is 0. Voters, listen to this. How is hate justified? Easy, by being consistent. Because if we are honest, if we look at what Kobe Bryant has done in the past 2 seasons without winning the MVP, there should be no way he can win it this year. Which leads us back to the hate. A man averages 35 points a game, 8th highest average in history of the league. He gives you 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.8 steals, 27 games and 40-plus points. Has 1 month where he averages 43, scores 81 in one game and outscores an entire team in another. The 62-point game against Dallas where he sat out the 4th quarter. He is on the all-defensive first team, something not one of the other players in MVP running is included on. And he leads a CBA-built team to the playoffs. The man has a season that no one is likely to see for another generation, and he comes in 4th in the MVP voting that year. That same man, the very next year, averages 31, 5, 5, 1. Fedora trick. He has 10 games of 50-plus points, only second person in NBA history to do a single season. Okay, he makes the all-defensive team first team again, and this time he takes a YBA-built squad to the playoffs. In a season that many claim is more complete than the season before, this man this time comes in 3rd in MVP voting. Peep this. How bad is it for Kobe? In 04-05, in which Kobe averaged 27, 6, and 6, P.J. Brown, yes, you read right, received more MVP votes than he did. And Brown received only 1 vote. How many games did the Hornets win that year? 18. Is it right? Fair? No, it's life. And for Kobe, it's become his life. Okay? I'm going to leave that alone. The rest of that is just summing it up. We just talked kind of about this with Shedeur. That's why I brought it up, kind of connected. Right? How that bias, how that consistent hate, that consistent slighting is hating. But it goes unnoticed because it's so consistent. All you got to do is give them a little bit. That's why you don't want to give nobody a little bit. They're going to take a lot. Give them an inch, they take a mile. Okay? Or give it all you got. Be who you are. Do you. You better do you, though. Because whenever they start seeing that attitude is in front of them actions, that game, and Kobe was giving them game. But y'all know Kobe was cocky. Kobe was not that nice to a lot of people. And they said, we're going to take it out on you. Including ignoring greatness. So if they gonna ignore greatness of Kobe Bryant averaging 43 for a month, 35 for a year, what do you think they do a Shedeur? You don't stand a chance. You ain't even showed anything in this league yet. This dude has won 3 championships already and putting up these numbers, and we still like, man, move. Collusion? Sabotage? Hate? It's the way the game goes. You better know these rules. What is it, the 48 powers of law? You better read them. You better read some of them books. It's gangsta out here. Real spit. Real spit. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And make sure you vote for our GOAT vote poll today. We have Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe in that order. Jordan is smoking it. I don't think there's a way that they can win LeBron or Kobe. Looks like the Heisman today. Mendoza is the winner. The rest of y'all, why y'all even leave the hotel? Real spit. It's getting crazy out here. Okay, speaking of getting crazy out here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Y'all know where we going. Sherrone Moore. We got to do that until that story is understood fully. It's a lot going on. All right, so let's go to Jemele Hill. Uh-oh. I know it. Y'all know it. It might get racial, but whatever. Let's see. Shout out to the homie. I'm sorry comprehension escapes you, but I didn't say that. What I said was that Sherrone Moore's firing is being used by some as some sort of example that there's a wider problem among black coaches, or as an example of why it will be harder to justify hiring black coaches. I find both to be a wider example of how the actions of one black person is often used to paint all black people with a bad brush. This doesn't indict black male coaches any more than Lane Kiffin or Bobby Petrino's actions indict white coaches. But the difference is that white coaches often get a chance to rehabilitate. She thinks she's slick. If she read the first word of that paragraph and the last word, she'd be like, what did I just say? Where did you just take us? That was one lap around the Indy 500. All right, Rick Pitino is seen as a redemption story. Black coaches usually don't get that. You see that word usually? Oh, I remember my teachers be like, what are you saying? Say something. Don't usually. You mean yes or no? I mean, usually. There are examples of both. Ime Udoka. Yup. Let me stop. I'm going to go there. Don't care about Sherrone Moore. He earned whatever is coming, but unfortunately, black coaches will likely pay for what he's done, and that isn't right. Okay, while I cue something up, I need y'all to just listen to me. Because Ime Udoka, y'all remember him, right? Yeah, in Boston, you remember him. Now he's in Houston. He just rebounded. He rebounded, did he not? Now, his scandal, no scandal is as bad as Sherrone Moore's. Can we just go there first? Forget color. Ain't nobody did what Sherrone did, dog. Nobody. You want to know why? Because nobody crashed out, even though there was a crash, Petrino, and then took the crash out and got fired and in jail and on suicide watch all in the same damn day. Nobody. What song is that? Nobody. So when you use examples of penalties and consequences based on color, you can't use them. What school did y'all go to? These schools are failing you. Shit. Y'all what school are you going to that tells you you're going to use the worst example and say, yeah, they're going to use that against everybody, but you have nothing else for reference? Because you have nothing else with the same characteristics, have nothing else with the same reference points. So you can't use it statistically. You can't. We compare this with whataboutism to another black coach or to other white coaches that did less. Well, yeah, they rebounded because they did less. Jesus. Man, I hope my sons don't grow up like this. I hope my son and my kids don't grow up. Ime Udoka was working before he finished flirting with everybody in the office. He was like, oh, they only caught me with her and her. Neil Long was like, it's over. He was like, good, because I'm moving to Houston anyway. I got another job. Why? Maybe it's because his ass can coach. And be real, we didn't know how good Sherrone Moore could coach in the first place. Like, why are we skipping over that part? When Jim Harbaugh left, we was like, who's the coach? Him? And obviously he led them to the national championship and they rallied and all that. That was a damn good team. And they had Jim Harbaugh still there. You know Jim Harbaugh had that earpiece on. Jim Harbaugh was at the crib saying, hey, I said 37, X. Sherrone Moore like this, oh, okay. And then the little assistant girl's like, what's wrong? His wife's like, why is she always talking to you? It's crazy out there in the streets, right? Shut it. This ain't the same. But don't let me just tell you. Don't let me tell you. Let Unc tell you. Let Unc speak. Go, Unc.
Let me say this to Ryan Clark.
And Jemele Hill.
You say a lot of dumb shit on TV.
No, not Jemele. Never mind. Sorry.
You and a couple other people, when you get them on, I just turn that motherfucker off. But this is by far one of the dumbest things that you've ever said. When you said that Coach Moore has set back African-American coaches and he's a disservice to African American coaches, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm a coach, and I deal with college coaches on a daily basis. It's not a day that go by I don't deal with black college coaches. White ones too. It's not a setback. And here's what's worse about it. ESPN should be suspending your ass for saying some dumb shit like this, because if you would have said the same thing that when Petrino did it, oh, white coaches are being set back hundreds of years because of Petrino. See, what you don't understand is you're feeding into the bullshit. You have just set black coaches back because you are giving these people what they want to not hire black coaches. You are flaming the fires. So when the brother goes in and get ready to become the offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, or head coach, they remember what you just said, and they use that against these black coaches, bruh. You smarter than that. Unless you just working for them.
Uh-oh.
You're setting black coaches back because you're giving them this bullshit ammunition. I can name 8 white coaches that did the same shit.
Almost.
And you did not get on TV and say the same thing about them and their race.
Ooh.
Bruh. You fucking black people up. And ESPN full of shit too for allowing you to sit on there and say that. Let me just say this. ESPN, the black community, we're upset that you're allowing this asshole to stand up here on this stage and talk about our community and our community coaches because he is doing us a disservice. Ryan Clark.
Oh, man. I love being here on this planet Earth where it's green. And I try to tell people all the time, they were like, what's up with life? What's up with race? What's up with gender? All that. I say, man, look, life is like a sandwich. No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first. So when we talking about Shedeur, we talking about Sherrone Moore and all this hate and all what they gonna do to you and they gonna use it against y'all and nah. They ain't nobody, black, white, orange, brown, yellow, pink, is messing with they green. Let me give some love to these super chats before I go in. Danny Fan says having your own draft room hit people different. Yeah, look, I love the draft room. First of all, I love how Shedeur is making money over money. He making money, more money than he making on that contract for Cleveland. Hell yeah. But I will say if I'm his teammate and you legendary and you built a draft room and you go 5th round, oh, well, I got jokes for life. I don't give a damn. You become a Hall of Famer. I don't care if you're better than Tom Brady. I'm clowning you for life. The roast of Shedeur Sanders, my first joke would be about that damn draft room. You can't do that and then get drafted 1st round. You can't do that. Simple as that. So it's not that deep. All right, Shedeur for Rookie of the Year, King Juju. He may win it. Jackson Dart, I don't know what he's doing statistically of late. After Scatterboo got hurt and all that, it's a little different, obviously. But Jackson Dart looks insane this year, and Shedeur is closing that gap. Shedeur is the new Mayweather, Jordan, Deion. King Juju. I know you sending these super chats, but you got to keep him in reality. No matter how much you pay, you can't say anything. No, he's not. That's no respect to Mayweather, Jordan, and Deion. Deion, you think you go up to Deion and say, yeah, Shedeur is you. He'd be like, what'd you say? Boy, what you talking about? And last one, I think, RGALV3. What's up, big dog? She's wrong because Ime Adoko got a job quick. Damn right he did, because he could coach. I don't know if Sherrone Moore could coach. I really don't. He's an O-line coach that Jim Harbaugh supposedly wrote into the contract, said, I want him to be the next coach. Sometimes you get hooked up like that. And I don't know. I mean, they only lost 3 games, but it's Michigan. They act like that's 30. But he's cool. Now, let's talk about what Uncle Luke just said, and let's move on to the next. What Uncle Luke just said right there was this groupthink that people really want you to be a part of. And look, I know a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, who are tethered to this resistance, tethered to this space of like, dog, I love my people, but at the same time, I got to go get it. It's like a team. I was telling my son this yesterday. I was like, there's two things you got to tell yourself to really compete in this world. You tell yourself that you can, and you tell yourself that they can't. When you go on the court, be like, you can't. I can. You can't. Like, and everything else falls into place. You realize you stopping everything he does, and he's trying to stop everything you're doing, but you can do it. That's it. So it's a tough place to be, especially, I don't know, I'm no other race, I'm no other color, I'm no other thing, but it's to see things materially before you believe them, philosophically, theoretically, mentally, really? How do you become anything? It starts with a thought, turns into a word, continues to an action, becomes a pattern of consistency and mental conditioning, physical conditioning. We're all getting into shape. We're all getting socialized. What are you talking about? There's so many things. Right now, I think, I got a story. If I get to this story, if I got time, I'm going to show you something that when I left Fox, I was thinking, and it's happening. And I got an opportunity right now on the table that makes everything I thought about then come to reality. And then I thought it, and I was like scared like any dream I ever had. Are you going to make it to the NFL? You're going to go to a great school. You're going to leave the hood. Every dream you ever have, you're scared. Yeah. That's why a nightmare's right by the dream. It's like, yeah, all right. That's why God got the devil. Okay, right? But now I'm like, yo, I'm in the fourth quarter. I'm in the red zone. This might happen. And then, oh, my God, if this happened, what was that? Who was that? I'm like, what? It worked. It worked. I left and it worked. We'll see. But point being, all this like what happened to you happens to me. Are you shitting me? If that's the case, pay this mortgage. Handle it. If we all in this together, handle it. You ain't handling shit. And call me what you want. I'm just telling the truth. Because my failures ain't yours. My successes are not yours. They're not. I can share them with you if you want them. But if you don't want them, oh well. And guess what? I don't want none of y'all failures. And I don't need none of y'all successes. I'm going to do me. It can represent we, but I'm going to do me. It's a relay. You know I set the national record in the mile relay, 1986, Los Angeles Jets. This is a fact. Look it up. We in Eugene, Oregon. No, we said it in Chicago. I'm bragging now. We in Chicago. I thought we was in Oregon, running at University of Oregon, and I'm 12 years old running at the University of Oregon. Shut up. Don't talk to me about no damn what he doing up there, what he doing over there. He winning. I don't give a damn. I'm going to do me. I'm on a relay. We the national champions. We set a national record. You know how you do that? 4 dudes. We had 6 that could have been on that relay. We had 3. We had a triplet. Y'all know trips. We had Mark, Mike, and Jeff, triplets. There's only 4 on the relay. All 3 of them super fast. Then they had me. I'm 4. Sanyika Hale, that's 5. We also had Myers and 6. Those are like the top 6. Okay. Somebody ain't making it. 2 of y'all ain't making it. We had a runoff. Dorsey High School. Said go. Pow. Who's the anchor? Me, damn it. Who won the runoff? Me, damn it. Okay, let's go. We go to Chicago. We got to run against all these fast-ass kids. All white teams from Iowa. Hella fast teams from Louisiana, New Orleans, all this, Florida. Give us the stick. You know how you run a relay? You don't run a relay. I'm running for you. You running for me. You. Give me the stick. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. And I hear, look, I get it. Some people are looking at it like, but if he dropped the stick, y'all all lose. Y'all forget, I'm still running the open 400, and I ain't losing that. Shut your shit. I ran the 400, won it. Went to Oregon, won it. What are you doing here? Come on, man. We on the relay? Okay, that's fine. But trust me, if I'm on the relay, I'm also running that open, getting that gold. Oh, move on, Wiley. Move on. Beat up in the comments. I love y'all. Beat up in comments. Let's talk that talk. Okay. Now let's talk this talk. What is my man Rich Paul up to today? A lot of people expect Rich Paul and Max Kellerman to kind of dance around some of these conversations because Rich Paul obviously is Rich Paul. You can't talk about all them things. You can't talk about LeBron like that, can you?
This is what people don't understand. Obviously, I have partnerships with all teams, and I'm never going to say something on our show that I wouldn't say to them. But also what I'm not going to do is I can't lie to our subscribers. I can't get up here and fake the funk. That's never been me. I have to be authentic, right?
Sure.
So people look at me and say, oh, Rich is an agent. I heard a player or something say, oh, it's weird for Rich to talk like that.
That was, I'll shout him out, Kenyon Martin. And I thought,
it's weird for him to think like that.
No, but he was not being negative. If you listen to what Kenyon Martin said, they have a device on the show, and I'm forgetting if it was, but it was basically like good or bad, right? Hot or not, whatever that is.
No, it was something like, is he? Yeah,
but that's
like,
the
are you
idea.
Buying it? Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Buy or sell, right? And he refused to say, because he said it's neither. It's interesting. That is not negative. And
I don't think Kenyon would be negative.
I think he's right. Like, one of the reasons I was interested in this is because to me, it is interesting. Like a super agent giving opinions on sports is interesting.
Okay, so basically what everyone is saying is most agents don't know basketball.
Is that a fact?
That's what the reaction is saying.
Answer.
Because if you're a basketball agent and you don't know basketball, then how the hell could you be? What are you doing then? Then you might as well just be a loan officer in that case. Like what?
No, but he's saying I think the reason Kenyon Martin felt that way, that it's interesting. Like I don't think he was being critical.
Well,
he's being critical, but he's using his critical thinking. But he's saying it's interesting because how do you thread that needle? Is what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's interesting because here's what people do. People expect me, because LeBron is on the Lakers, to only glaze a situation.
Right.
Right. But you don't know me.
Well, I know you, so that's why I wanted to do this.
But here's what I'm saying. LeBron wouldn't tell you that. JJ Redick wouldn't tell you that. Rob Pelinka wouldn't tell you that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, okay, some things probably shouldn't be said, this and that. But we're doing a show and we're talking basketball.
And football.
No different than last year when I was on the Pat McAfee show and we talked about certain things in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I was very clear where I said, a role player cannot get a technical foul in the playoffs in the first quarter. You cannot do that. We're trying to win a series and we're fighting for our lives. Again, going back to
it's a sports opinion from a very educated, privileged point of view, because you have information other people don't
but
have.
It's not just information. The other I word, I also have insight. Right?
Sure,
This is not nobody telling me what to say or planting seeds or anything like that. Right. No, I'm my own man, and I'm gonna if I commit to do a show with Max Kellerman, and we get the Ringer, and we got Jacoby produce these. Are we gonna? You just gonna come here? First of all, I have a day job. You know what I did this morning? I got up and made my phone calls, did my push-ups, of course. And
how many push-ups are you doing a day?
I do a sets of 50. And I also...
How many? I'm saying it.
Blah, blah, blah. Y'all caught some of that? All right. They were picking it up. They were putting it down. Sometimes they were picking up the same thing. Sometimes they weren't. But I like that conversation. I like that combination. Let's talk about it. Max went somewhere. And I don't know where it went with Rich, but he was basically saying, yo, you threading the needle, that give yourself some props. How you doing it? How you gonna do it? And that's where I think Kenyon Martin was trying to allude to. Like, you talking about your player, and then everybody else is taking it in other directions. Rashad McCann saying, oh, no, you're talking about the Lakers bad now. They're not contenders because LeBron is the third option, stuff like that. But that's their own conjecture. What Max is saying is like, dog, admit it. This is a unique opportunity, and you got to understand that. I think that Rich Paul is going to be able to pull that off without even sweating it. Can you go in front of the masses and talk about relationships you have without outing the people you're talking about, without using pejoratives, without messing up their money, and still keeping it 100? Go. Yeah, you can. Because keeping it 100 doesn't mean you say every single thing that was said to you. Keeping it 100 doesn't mean that you are going to have a camera and video and have to show everything that this person has done, good, bad, and ugly. It means you have to keep it consistent to the reality. And the reality is up, down, sideways. It's not hard. Every game you see players attempt it. Some do it better than others. You know, you can look at some players and be like, oh, he ain't lying, right? Barkley, Charles Barkley comes to mind when you think about that. Oh, he keeping it 100, right? It's not that hard. But what's crazy is he's in a unique position. I don't know any other agents that ever did this. I know some that have done interviews. You know, they do their exclusives. They got one thing they can finally be honest about. David Mulugeta about Michael Parsons on First Take. But full-fledged, going there, I don't know. Have y'all seen it? I've never seen it. Ever. All right, beat up in the comments. I didn't want to go too long and strong on that. I just wanted to know what y'all think about that. Like, is he going to be able to pull this off? Rich Paul going to be able to pull this off? Or y'all think, sooner or later he going to have to say something. He going to get in trouble with LeBron, going to call him. Like, Rich Paul call everybody else in the media, hey, dog, chill. Now, LeBron going to call Rich Paul, hey, I saw you and Max, chill. It ain't happening like that. Come on, man. People are sophisticated. You got to put some respect on it, okay? So beat up in the comments. J Mo D says, Rich Paul know what he doing, setting up life after LeBron leaves the league. Smart play there. Never thought about that angle. That's pretty dope. You know what else is dope? Did y'all know what happened yesterday? This is crazy. Did y'all know that yesterday was a 3-year? I don't even know if you call it an anniversary. Infamous blow up between Skip and Shannon Sharpe. And they were arguing over Tom Brady. And then they put out an article yesterday talking about it. And they said Undisputed had celebrated its highest ever viewership just 3 weeks earlier. Isn't that crazy? Right? 3 weeks before they did all of that, they had their highest ratings ever. As I speed read through this, I don't see enough quotes, so let's get up out of there. Put your effing glasses on. So this is what they talking about. Y'all remember this. So we're going to show a little love. And the reason I'm doing this story is, one, it's their anniversary, if you want to call that. When something bad happens in this yearly, you should make a new word. It's not anniversary. Beat up in the comments. Give me a better word than anniversary. Anniversary is supposed to be positive. This ain't positive, kind of. But the point is, I did an interview with these guys. The Last Take. Shout out to them. I gotta show you guys this interview I did. It's on YouTube called The Last Take. I did it with Shannon Sharpe. I did it with Skip Bayless. And I did it with Stephen A. Smith. It's up there now. So check out their YouTube channel and go forward. But let's have some fun with this a little bit.
Okay. But here's the thing what I find fascinating. Anytime somebody tries to say something that might be detrimental to Tom Brady, you question the veracity of it. Anytime somebody heaps praise on Tom Brady, you've never called into question anytime somebody says something positive about Tom Brady. And I need to know why.
Well, because he's the GOAT. Who do you think watches more tape, Tom Brady or all the coaches?
All the coaches.
Stop it.
All the coaches.
Stop.
I'm not going to let you do it.
No,
I'm not
I'm going to do it.
I don't care.
Because I just
I'm
did
not going to let you be disrespectful to these damn coaches because you love Tom Brady.
Nobody,
Tom Brady does not watch more tape
no
than
quarterback
coaches. He
in the
does
history
not.
of this league.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a flat out lie.
That's a flat out lie that you're perpetrating. There's never been anything because you can't stand it. That Tom Brady at 45 is still playing this game at a very high level.
Yeah. You see these numbers?
Yeah.
These numbers say Tom Brady's not playing at a high level.
I need you.
No,
okay, you're in the Hall of Fame because you're scared to death of him because he's haunted you. Time out. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I would like to announce the fact, if you're new to our show, that this man for 6 straight years on this show that we have been partners at this debate desk has tried to send Tom Brady home, said he's washed up, his arm is in decline, and he should just go on home. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
I did what I did.
never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
What I got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal
shot. Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have it.
Okay, I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
Blah, blah, blah. Haven't seen that clip in 3 years. I saw it when it happened, and I just saw it right now. Like leftovers. Tastes better later. I mean, that was insane. That rivals the Jalen Rose Skip Bayless argument in terms of what? I mean, they went completely off the reservation. Like, oh, you know how you got to have that familial, that respect, that partnership. There were glimpses in there. They let that thing go. And obviously, they didn't let it go in the moment. It was already teetering on letting it go before. So I don't know if it was that day, that week, that month, whatever it is, something got it close to the edge, and then it just went, goodness. Whoa. If they had to do it all over again, beat it up in the comments, you think they would do it again? I missed that duo. This is like the last time I watched like sports media as is. Because this was the last one that they actually put together that I was like, that not only makes sense, but they made it work. After this, be real. Like Stephen A., once Max left, it became like Golden Corral, like, you know, just buffet. Like everybody that's good, everybody's great, but it ain't the same as when you got your same cats every day going at it. So, you know, Skip and Stephen A., sick. Stephen A. and Max, sick. Skip and Shannon, sick. But now when there's 98 people, it's like, okay, you know, like you tune in one day, oh, damn, Cam ain't here. And then you tune in that day, Cam is there, but he limited or the topics ain't the ones you want. You're like, oh, I wish Cam was here when whatever. It's a different era. It's a different era. So the carousel is winning now. Wow, that was crazy. I mean, they act like they didn't know each other. Like, I've had some arguments on set before, and I've certainly had people tell me some stuff. I'm like, dog, chill. We ain't going there. We ain't doing that. But I never seen that. You know what else I unfortunately haven't seen publicly, but I've seen a lot privately, is this. This is crazy.
Hello, how are you?
We were just in the same class in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Washington.
So I'm supposed to remember you. Okay, can I tell y'all that this man just said, do you remember me?
From 6th or 7th grade.
Make it make sense to me. He said we were in the same class in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Me, you, Naeem, and Sharice.
Okay.
That part.
He's being serious.
Yes,
though.
he
Are you
is.
being serious? I do not. I'm sorry. No, I don't remember the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th grade.
We were in the same class.
Okay.
Me, you, and
well,
Naeem.
it's nice to meet you.
Yo.
Hello. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. If y'all wonder who in the hell is that, she's the CEO of Uncle Nearest, right? And as the CEO, obviously comes with a lot of power, right? A lot of cachet. You know, and you've seen a lot of people, you've done a lot of things, you moved up, you've climbed a lot of rungs on the ladder. But don't forget, keep your feet on the ground. So some guy who went to school with her, supposedly, just walks up to her. I mean, mild-mannered, respectful. Hey, remember I went to school with you. Now, I will say this. I'm going to give you both sides of this because I've been here before. Everybody knows the famous line what Andre 3K said. Remember me from school? No, not really. But he kept smiling like a clown, facial expression looking silly. And he kept asking me, what kind of car you drive? You know what I mean? Like, but the cringe is on her, not him. Even though it is weird when someone walks up to you and they say, remember, there's a better entry point. Because when people do that, first of all, I don't remember a lot. It has nothing to do with you, but it's going to now land on you because you talking about, do y'all remember? No, I don't. I don't remember all my teammates from my last year. You can show me a team picture of Jacksonville my last year. Like, who was number 52? Like, who's that? Right? So now you're going back to the 6th grade? Come on, man. Instead of saying, hey, nice meeting you. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I was in the 6th grade class at 54th Street Elementary School. I had Miss Della Hussein as a teacher, and you were in that class too. You remember her? Something like that. Like, but I always say, fans, when you get excited or you pumped or you got energy for something, sometimes words get away from you. But that doesn't excuse what she did. Now, I know I'm messing up my Uncle Nearest sponsorship. Shout out to, let me stop. I actually got a boy that works at Uncle Nearest, right? He's the CFO, so I'm still going to get my free drink. That's my dog. Nah, respect. Mike Szanski, shout out to him. And his son, Mason. Love to them. But tell the CEO, don't do that. This is what, that's cringe, ain't it? Like you going up to somebody and just, he expect me. All right, she not even the worst in the video. He expect me to remember him from the 6th grade. That's bad. You know what's worse? The same homie that's a phony that's in the background holding the camera or whoever that is going, he think you gonna remember him, girl. That whoever that is, I'm telling you now, CEO, get rid of her. Oh, that's the one that's gonna make you think you could do anything and everything. And then when something happens, she ain't gonna be around for none of it. That one right there. Oh, that's the one. That's the cringe one. The one that's over there pumping you up to do the bad. Because they can see the trees. Because they not really in the forest. She ain't dealing with what you dealing with. She's supposed to be the one. That's when you got the real homies. That's why I got my real homeboys. And they be tapping me on the shoulder. Hey, dog, that ain't it. Whatever that may be. Just, you need somebody to tell you got a booger. If you ain't got somebody in your circle that tell you got a booger, I don't care where the booger at. You ain't got the best homies. That's cringe. That's yucky. That sucks. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Okay, let's get to this topic because a lot has happened. I don't know how you guys are following. Are you guys into music and stuff like that? It's been a lot of shakeup in the industry, but I want to show you how this industry really has changed over time. So watch this. And this is some of the casualties of war as we see media shifting right now. So Ebro, Pete Rosenberg, if you guys know hip hop, you know who they are. If you don't, I know you guys are gonna be like, what? But stick around because it's gonna really connect to sports in a lot of ways. Peep game of how things have changed in the industry as Ebro their show got canceled and he's trying to explain it.
If you look around all the major media outlets, man. All of them. Look at all of them. They all got to fold up because they all trying to renew their deals, their licenses. They all, well, in this particular situation, we'll get into more specifics another time. Bro's a casino owner. You know those 3 licenses that they got here in New York City for the casinos? The guy that owns the shit owns one of the casinos licenses. He got to raise $500,000, bro. $500 million, excuse me. They need my shit talking anti-Netanyahu, anti-government, progressive shit out the way, bro. They need me out the way. They trying to get to these bags that these VCs got, raise some capital. They don't really care, like, especially for like a Hot 97 and a WBLS. They don't give a fuck about hip hop or black music or black community. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about access. They give a fuck about being able to bring their little nerdy friends to the concerts because that helps them raise money. They've been trying to get to me for years, bro. Years. But, you know.
No, we don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about that is we're starting to find a little pattern on this show, aren't we? Somebody gets in trouble, something happens, and they want to blame it on everybody, like the community. What? They don't care about you, so they get rid of you because what you say, etc. They fall out of favor. Then it's the black community. No. Let me tell you what it really is. It's a shift in times. And when things are passing you by, you got a choice, right? You can sit in your velvet coffin, which means you're comfortable, but they're killing you slowly. Or take that risk and take that dive. So let's talk through this. Y'all know who DJ Vlad is. A lot of people know DJ Vlad. Shout out to my homie. That's my dog. And this is why the black argument didn't really land, because the other person that they got rid of was Pete Rosenberg. And if you know that last name, you know that guy's face, you know that guy's history, he's not black. He's Jewish, right? So for all the up-and-coming hip-hop media outlets, this is from DJ Vlad, look at Peter Rosenberg for what not to do. Same dead-end, low-paying radio job for 20 years, never got a promotion. In fact, he got demoted when Ebro took the main position on the Hot 97 morning show. Spent 18 years uploading to his YouTube channel to only have 50,000 followers. Most of the videos he drops gets less than 1,000 views. Hated on every new media person who came in the game. Formed no new relationships with any of us. Will ultimately retire broke and bitter. Now, that's their own personal conversations and beef, but I want you to understand and highlight, because we teased this earlier in the show, what's going on in this world of new media, because this is about media. Look at this. Now that everyone's talking about Ebro's morning show ending on Hot 97, let me explain the difference between radio and new media. Radio people were required to hate their competitors, Hot 97 and Power 105, fight over the exact same set of ears in the New York area, so management requires them not to work with their rivals. This is why bozos like Rosenberg always hated me, academics, and every other new media person. He just kept doing what his boss told him he should do. New media is totally different. There are billions of potential viewers, so everyone can carve out a lane for themselves and do well without stepping on anybody else's toes. This is why you see academics, Adam 22, Trapper Russ, Whack 100, the Danza Project, Sean Cotton, Matt Hoffa, 1090 Jake, myself, and others all get along, do each other podcasts, and share business info and ultimately succeed together. Personally, I like our way better. Now, let me bring all this home to sports and sports media, because you guys have all taken notice to like a lot of things. One, cut the cord. Two, wow, all those shows, people were moving around. Three, man, what happened to the big dogs that used to be in the game, and a lot of them are not in the game or on TV, or they all got podcasts even if they still on TV. What is going on? Well, the people who are doing the hybrid model of TV and podcasts are hedging their bets, right? Using TV for guaranteed income, using TV for employment, using TV for marketing, broadcasting, distribution, but also doing their podcast for independence and ownership. Simple as that. Okay, biggest success story we got? We all know Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's story started off wanting to work at ESPN, right? Wanting to work like everybody else, traditional TV. They said, no thank you, punter. No thank you, punter. Pat McAfee had $5, said decide, all right, let me go do my own thing. How did that turn out? Not only did it turn out better than he expected, because guess what? He was able to not only succeed in the independent space, conquer that world, get the FanDuel deal for, 9 figures, then say, nah, I'm happy with 8 figures. Let y'all distribute my stuff, but license it out, pay me money to give it to you, ESPN. Ain't that gangster? So what they're talking about right here is interesting, because you're sitting there at the radio job and you're taking shots at everybody. It happens a lot in sports media too. People are taking shots at people who are having these bets on themselves. Pablo Torre, here's another example, because I don't want to use me, because then people will be like, wow, look at him. You know, you're trying to flatter yourself, even though I give myself props when I need to. And I will circle back and end it with that. Pablo Torre is now bigger than he was when he was with ESPN. Certainly bigger than NFL Network is talking about coming out. NFL Network is talking about coming out with their network in like 2003, 2004, and they needed correspondence. So literally, we didn't make the playoffs. I would go on the playoff run and interview the players. Weirdest thing I ever did, best thing I ever did, because that was the one thing that took the fear of what I had in terms of looking at the media. I thought the media was way bigger and more of a Goliath than it was. Finally, I just did that, interviewing Peyton Manning after a game, interviewing LaDainian Tomlinson after a game, your peers. Then I was like, oh, I could do this. That converted into an ESPN job that I had for 11 years, TV, radio, etc. And then that converted into Fox gave me a big offer. I said, I'm going to take that over the ESPN offer, which was good, but not as good. Then I went to Fox, did that for 4 years. Then they gave me a low offer. Not the worst offer. I could have done First Things First. Maybe I could have taken it, but it was less. Jason Whitlock had already left, who I came in there with. He was gone. At Blaze, I'm doing it with Acho. I'm like, this is less. I know Acho's a rising star. What he wants to do is not the same as me. I'm getting fluffed, and this is less. I'm a grown man. Let me move on. Leave that money there, leave that opportunity there, and bet on yourself. Well, there will be conversation. There will be releases. There will be things that you see that proves to you guys not only is it okay to bet on yourself, but those bets pay off. Pat McAfee's an obvious example. Pablo Torre is an obvious example. I look forward to showing you guys another example. We're going to go there, okay? Go there. All right, well, let's get into some of this. I want to see, I'm going to test the audience. How spicy do y'all want this show? Right? How spicy do you want it? Because this is interesting. I don't know if y'all go here, but let's go. Because it's the #1 podcast in the world. We can't ignore greatness, can we?
Butterfly writes, and I should actually first, let's read the top comment from last episode. This person wrote, Issa Rae wrote, Aerick Kirk will forgive someone 1 week later for murdering her husband, but she won't forgive someone for not believing the FBI narrative. I saw a lot of people commenting that online, that the energy definitely feels different for people that want to get to the truth than it does for the person who she believes killed her husband. And I don't believe that that is the person who pulled the trigger. I just don't. And you're allowed to disagree with Erica. You are. And that's fine. She's allowed to think what she thinks, and you're allowed to think what you think. That's what I want you guys to know.
Blah, blah, blah. All right. We're going to put our toe in the water first. This is a different lane for us in the convention. You know, I don't really care about the politics, even though I care about politics. I just don't like to lose people while I'm talking politics. And I've noticed that every cocktail party I go to, when we talk politics, people really want to just fight, and they don't want to hear it. And you're not moving anyway, so why even argue, right? I don't want to argue with something that's immovable. I want to argue with something that can move. I'm pliable. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something better. I'm on your side quick. All right. Not even the beef right now, if you guys have been following, between Candace and Aerick Kirk and Candace Owens. No. The whole story of the Charlie Kirk is really what I just want to see what y'all beat it up in the comments. What happened? And who did what? Because I went down a rabbit hole trying to say, did that little kid, that little young man do that? And did he do it by himself? And then I just, after about a week, and I swear I chased my tail for a week. Every time I see a new video, I was like, oh, that's the one. They caught him and they got him here, dead to rights. I felt like the Pablo Torre Clipper story where I'm like, okay, I see it. Yeah, that makes sense. However, something just ain't adding up. 2 + 2 is somewhere between 3 and 5. That's where I feel it right now. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And you know, on this show, we always end with this. Somebody said King Juju's like, he'll mess with Candace Owens. Candace Owens is hella cute. I don't think that ever gets out of there because of her politics, and then she always coming at people or people coming at her. But we don't give her props in terms of she just cute too. Like, she don't get no shine. I've never heard anybody say Candace Owens look good. I'll be like, every time I look at her, I'm like, that's a pretty lady. Go ahead. All right, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Bar for bar. Who's the better rapper? This is the question. Kendrick, K-Dot, Game, Compton. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Okay? I'm scared to go back home. I'm scared to go to Compton and say something. No lie though, Game is a better rapper than Kendrick. And I'm only saying that like Game can rap. I mean, what was it? 400 bars? What was that song? Like, Kendrick's insane. Look, I'm comparing A+. Montana or Brady in terms of rap. This Game came on our show, Max and Marcellus, and rapped. We freestyled against each other. Me, him, Max. I don't think Max rapped because Max was scared, because Max really had an album out. He lit Max up. I mean, lit him. He lit him up because he was scared to rap. I think I went and dropped some horrible bars, but hey, I'm like, Game here. It's time to shoot. It's the game. But next level, man. Next level. Love for you guys, man. Appreciate y'all. Have a beautiful weekend. Wish us luck and love. We got our playoffs in football today. We got a tournament this weekend. We're going to drive and go get this thing. Love for you guys. Have an amazing weekend. Love you, itty bitties. And respect to all. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse. Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation.